My name is Timothy Lee Grant. Welcome back to another video where we are continuing to work on the personal project to try to become a back-end software engineer. So learning all of those skills that are important for this path forward. Now let me make myself a little bit smaller and let's get started. So I can't even remember where I was yesterday. I'm pretty tired today. So I'm guess it was something to do with we were setting up we had finished Docker. We'd finished Docker and then we were now working on the front end, yes, and Java Web Tokens. Here we go. That's what we were up to. Okay, so let's come in here and let's start up a new terminal, and that means I need to get into my front end service, and that means I need to nodemon app.js. Okay, so it's going to be running. It's going to fail the Eureka, but that's fine. So we're going to have this, and it should be blocked. It's blocked. Why is it blocked? Because we haven't signed in. So let's sign in. Okay, so let's come here. And let's go, what was it, login or something? Login, yeah. Here we go. So we created this web page, and the click here is simply a button that allows us, or that triggers an event that allows me to sign in and stores a web token or something like that. We'll have to figure. We need to go back over it and understand exactly what we did yesterday. So let's just click it. Okay, we click here and it says login request sent. Okay, now what I can do is from the same location, I should be able to just go here, and now we're logged in. See? Okay, so things are working. Let's go through the code again and try to understand how that's working. Okay, so here is our homepage. And now what I did was I said if request, so the requester that's sending this endpoint, okay, has a session and user. So I'm kind of curious, like, how and where are all of these variables stored? I want to kind of see it be sent from my client. And by the way, if you notice this is bouncing around all over the place, the reason is because it is not registering with Eureka, because Eureka is not even up right now. So it's continually trying to communicate with Eureka. But that's fine because we're only interacting with the front end right now. Okay, so I need to find out more about what this request session users is. And then the other thing is when we have this login, okay, this renders a page, which is the login page. Okay, so that's this EJS file. Now, we're going to have to play with this a little bit more because obviously the login, we're going to have to provide a username, a password, and then we're going to have to pass that in to our server. And then our server is going to need to take that information, validate it, etc. Okay. So I have this document. Okay, so this is in my scripts. So I created this button here, which is the login button. And then I did this script, which is add event listener. I feel like there was another way that I could do it, which was like form or something like that. Let's try form. Okay. We're going to go back to Copilot and start asking it questions. So the first one is, how can I use a form in HTML, okay? Second question is I am getting request dot session dot user data from my server side function. I want to know where this information comes from my web client. How can I see exactly what I am sending on the client side so that I am able to successfully log in and reach that end point. Okay. Okay, so how do you use a form? So we do form action login, and we're going to be sending a post request. Okay, so it seems like this might actually be something slightly different because this is dealing with those microservices. So I'm actually not sending a post request. Okay. Actually, wait, maybe I am. Yeah, I am. Why did I even say that? This is on my client side. This will be running in the browser, so yes, I will be sending a. And look, I'm doing an Axios right there for post. Hi guys, I'm not doing a post request. Oh yeah, what's that, buddy? Okay, anyways. And then we just need to say type submit. Okay. So let's do this form. So we have form, and then we have action. Okay, is equal to, and now we want to send this to login, right? We want to send it to this location here. Copy this, paste it in, oops. Okay. Copy that, paste it in there, okay? And then we want to say the method is going to be post, okay? And we have this. Awesome. So now what we want to do is, let's see, we can do label for type. Okay, so let's just write this out and see what happens. Label for, I don't know what for is. We're gonna figure all this out. Username, okay, we do want that. And now username, okay. Can I just do input? Okay, is type text, that's accurate. Okay, now I can give it an ID, is equal to username. And are we actually, we have username here. That's probably gonna conflict maybe? I don't know. Maybe it won't. Let's see. and then name is equal to user name, okay, required. So now I can do label like this, okay, and then password, okay. Is that good? Yep, seems good to me. Input is going to be very similar, a type text, that makes sense. And then we need ID is going to be equal to password. Wait, why did it say type is password, not text? Oh, it's probably going to be like grayed out while we're typing it. That's what I would guess. Name is going to be password, okay, and we are going to make it required. Okay, so now we need another button. So button, and we say type is equal to submit, and this is going to be login. Okay, so this is probably going to look bad. We'll need to do CSS styling, but I want to come here and I just want to load that page, and this should be so we're gonna have the button up top, and then we're gonna have the form down below. That's what we should see, right? Oh, right, because I said that this was centered. But I would still expect that to be down there. Okay, so let's make this a little bit better. Let's see, password. I actually want to see if it. Yeah, I see. Does do that. That's pretty cool. Passwords. Oh, you can do that. Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay, no wonder it did that. Awesome. And this. So let's kind of play with this. So what was the thing of like that? I forgot how to. I forgot how to do comments in HTML. Oh, that's fun. That's really great. This is a wonderful method of doing a comment. Okay. So I'm going to comment that out, and then I should be able to rerun this, and we're going to get rid of that button. Right? There we go. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to have, and this is going to be good practice for trying to get the front end, you know, being able to play around with front end. So I want username, password right here, and then I want login big underneath, okay? And I want it centered. So I'm going to come here, I'm going to say for the form you gave me, I want to And now the way that I'm going to ask it is I'm going to tell it how I want to do it, but then I'm going to tell it not to tell me or not to show me the code essentially. Because I don't want to just copy and paste it. I want to understand how to do it. I know that I need to like identify this form somehow. Can I do like ID equals? Can I do it like that? And then based off that, and I need to group it together, right? Okay, so I want to have the username and password together on top, and I want the login button to be on the bottom. I want them all three to be in the middle of the page. I also want to be able to do what? To change coloring of these different things. Okay, so now I'm going to say don't show me the exact code, but rather show me how I can group and identify these elements. Teach me how to do it. Okay, so group elements logically. So form, we have div form container, okay? And then input.username, input.password, div. What is, oh, so I can create a div within this. Okay. So now I should be able to, okay, so let's keep reading. To style each part, assign class names or IDs to each element. This gives you hooks in CSS. Okay, yeah. Form container. Okay. Controls layout and centering. Form container. Input group. Controls spacing and alignment input. You can also use labels with for equals username and for equals password to make your form more accessible and easier to style, okay? So let's come in here and let's just do a div. I don't know what that's gonna do. Let's kind of just div, okay? Like this. And then I'm gonna copy this out. Oops. And I'm gonna put you there. Okay. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna close out of this one and we are gonna refresh this. Okay, so these are kind of together. They're a div, okay? Alright, so we're gonna come here. We have div, and so div for a folder container. Okay. So use flexbox or grid on here. Once everything is grouped and identified, use the CSS. Okay. Use semantic HTML where possible. Form or the form. Label for inputs. Okay. I'm just gonna ask it now to show me the code. Now show me the code. Because I need to understand how I can label these. Is it div and then ID equals something, or how is it trying to get me to do that? So we're gonna skip, okay, so div, and then I can just do class is, okay, so class equals something, right? So class is equal to, and we're gonna put this as, yeah, input group. Login input elements, okay? And that is going to come all the way here. And then this is a separate div, okay? So now I'm gonna come and do another div like this, and then have class is equal to login button, okay? And now type is submit, and then I'm going to say here ID is equal to login button. Okay, whatever. Then placeholder is equal to username, and then this one we're gonna say same thing, placeholder is equal to password. Okay, so now we should be able to run this and see, okay, cool. Now what I want to do is go into my CSS and kind of play with those. So css.stylings, okay, so now I'm going to come in here, and I think we do a dot for class, and what did I call it? Input login input elements, okay. Okay, and now I want to go like this. Well, it doesn't like that. Why? What's wrong? Is that okay? Say green, okay? Okay, so it is working. All right. So I want it to be in the middle. So we need to say what? Let's try just like the login button. Position top 50%, left 50%. Okay, so I want to say top is 50%, okay? Bottom is 50%, okay? And now this login is probably going to still be way up there. It didn't even move. Well, that's just wonderful. Display flex. Okay, what's that do? Okay. Does that do anything? Well, it flexed up to the top, but that's not what I want. So where are we adjusting the actual like location though? Class is form container, okay. So that's probably where we're gonna center things, right? Display is flex, flex direction is column, justify content center. Okay, so I'm gonna come in here and copy and paste this and put this in here like that, and then we can do this. Okay, and now I need to have that form container here. So where does that go at the very end? After post is class is form container, okay? So did that change anything? Okay, well, yes, it did. Our background is all not fun anymore. Why is our background all messed up? This is so, I don't know. Oh my goodness, okay. Not now. Please don't save things. So we logged in because it had, huh. Well, look at that. We did log in because it did the submit here. Okay. And then from that, I went into here. To my login here. I added this random value to the request session user. And then I rendered the home page. Okay. And now the session ID is, oh wait, no, I just rendered the home page. That shouldn't. I'm still at this endpoint. If I want to test it, I need to go here actually. And yeah, so now I can access this. Okay. So now what I want to do, instead of focusing on this, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to, off screen, I'm going to watch some videos about how to style things. And that's going to be my next video is tomorrow, how to style things. Today, where I just don't want to be randomly doing things and not making much. I might be able to make progress insofar as the project gets a little bit better, but at that point I'm kind of just randomly doing things and it's not very effective with my time. What I think I can be more effective with is now from my home page or from my login page, okay? I just want to be able to grab these things and send it to the user. Okay, so what we're probably going to want to do is I have this login page and it's going to be a post, right? But I need to post the actual things. So now I want to actually pass in the password and the username that the person typed to how can I do this? Okay. So input text username. What? I know the request body something. I don't know, man. So I can just get it from the request body. Let's just try it. I don't know. Does it go off of name or is that what it? Name? Okay, fine. Username, password. Let's just come here. In my login, this is the one with authentication. Not using that one right now. Instead of this, I want to do ID is going to be equal to, I'm just gonna say request dot body dot username. Okay, and then for username it should be request dot body dot, oh actually this one will be username ID sorry password password. Okay, so now I want to do I don't want to render this. I want to response.send, okay, and I want to send your data is it like a $sign or something? What? How do you send? I'm just gonna, okay. Request dot session dot user dot password. Okay, I don't know if this is gonna work. We'll just see. Okay. So I'm gonna come here, I'm gonna refresh this page, I'm gonna go into my username, I'm gonna type this. For password, I'm gonna type ASDF as well. I'm gonna press login. Not now. My data is nothing. Awesome. I don't know if that's because I did it incorrectly or if it is like what am I doing? So it is like this. Okay, let me just do it that way. That's the way I wanted to do it. $sign. Where is that? Where's the $sign? There we go. This one. And then this one. Close that out. Okay. And then username of same thing. $sign here. Request.session.user.username. Okay. What do you guys think? Do you think it's gonna work? I don't know. Refresh. Yes? Okay, that's unfortunate. Oh, okay. Well, I am there, so let's just do login. Okay. What if we did do that +1? Like this, and then plus, and then like this. And then we got rid of these. What if we did that? What do you think? Ah, there we go. So it is saved. Okay. So I want to go in and I want to do dev tools. Open up browser dev tools. Networking. Okay, so how do I do that? Develop, maybe? Okay, do I see developer tools? Developer settings, here we go. Okay. Advanced. General. Web inspector. What's this do? Okay, this looks promising. So now I'm just gonna rerun this request. Okay, go to network. Okay, now I got this. So a request was here. post to this location. Okay. Session ID is there. Sizes. Preview. Let's go back to just whatever the login page, right? Okay. So now, oh, well, we got a whole bunch of other stuff. What's this? So login here. Okay. This is headers. Elements? What's element do? Huh. Interesting. So I have all my JavaScript right there. Who's JavaScript? This is this one, right? Yeah, that's this one. This is what I loaded on the browser. That makes sense. Or the client, yeah. Okay. So console sources. What is sources? Network styles.css. Login, keep alive. Okay, so now I'm gonna come in here, so TTTT, and then ZZZZ. Okay, then I'm gonna press login and let's see what happens here. Login. Not now. Okay. My data is ZZZZ. Okay. And where are we right now? We're in login, no authentication. So is it here? Is it this one? Okay, here we go. Hold on, this is the one. So we just... We sent a cookie, okay, for our session ID. Then we set the username, or we put the username, okay. Okay. So now what do we want to do? Well, going forward, I know that I need some kind of like either Redis or database to keep track of username and passwords. I need to be able to create a page to log in or create a new account. And then from that, I need to be able to log the user in. Okay. I think what I'm going to do is right now, I'm going to end the video and I am going to start watching videos on kind of a little bit more of the front end development. Like how do you actually organize these things? How do you make them a little bit more pretty? And kind of some of the web development front end stuff, and I will get back to you tomorrow, and we're going to continue with this project. So thank you for watching this video. If you want to subscribe, feel free to subscribe. I would love to have you along on the journey, and hope everyone is having a good day. My name is Timothy Lee Grant, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.